Welcome to part 2 of our Summer Games Fest preview episode. This is the Megabit Misfits Gaming Podcast. I am Rav, and if you want to see part 1, where we talk about EA canceling the Black Panther game and my quick hits, go to the June 2nd episode. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Let's get to the show.
So these are all the partners that are supporting these games.
These are these are publishers, game developers, and things like that that are either putting money into the show so the show can happen, or hoping to show games. And a lot of times, some of these studios have their own showcase separately from Summer Games Fest, but around the same time, just to make sure they get eyes on it, and people assume that they're part of Summer Games Fest. But these are the ones that are officially there. So these are the ones that Jeff Keighley is sponsoring, or not even they're sponsoring themselves to Jeff Keighley, kind of. But either way, they're going to be on there presenting something, hopefully. All right, so there's 2 companies that are not normally part of Summer Games Fest in the past. PlayStation has had their showcase, but I don't believe that they've been part of Summer Games Fest. So this is the first time that they're presenting something officially with Summer Games Fest, as far as I remember. Maybe I'm saying that wrong. Maybe they did in the past, but they've only done the Summer Games Fest, I think, 3 times. And I don't remember that. I thought they always did their own showcase separately. On top of that, Nintendo has never shown anything at Summer Games Fest. They always do their thing days or sometimes weeks later, when Summer Games Fest hype is already over and done with, because they don't want everybody. They don't want to fight with all the other companies showing trailers. They want your attention on them. So they usually do it separately from them. So this is the first time that Nintendo is going to be showing stuff, and most likely, I mean, for good reason, the Switch 2 is coming out. They got to show games, so they're going to be announcing. They only put out for day 1 games, they're only putting out 2 games, Mario Kart and Donkey Kong. So you got to be looking forward to something more announced within that window. I expect some sort of a shadow drop, you know what I mean, from Nintendo. That would be amazing, because they never do stuff like that.
Imagine a shadow drop like 40 games.
That'd be
50 games.
That would be wild.
It's not gonna be a Black Panther game, but they could drop something.
That'd be cool.
So we got some names on here that we want to talk about, the ones that we know about. Like, if I can go through it with you guys, 2K. What you think? What they gonna be talking about?
Oh man, I'm looking forward to 2K. 2K is probably the main studio on here that I'm hyped for, just because I love the 3 BioShock games, and they announced the BioShock something like 2 or 3 years ago, and then never showed anything for it. They never said anything else about it, and they've been quietly working. So I'm hoping they put something for BioShock. BioShock's a great game.
What you got for 2K, Ray?
I mean, I know I'm familiar with 2K just mainly because of sports games, and a lot of sports games are kind of rinse and repeat, same thing. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm really dying for a boxing game, and it's been a long time that we haven't had like a fight night. That was EA back before, but or some sort of remember Rumble, Ready to Rumble, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I love those boxing games. I know 2K does like I mean they make sports games. Yeah, I'm hoping something boxing related comes out, because
that would be cool.
There's only 1 game online for boxing, and it's good. Don't get me wrong, but I want something else. I want more variety.
So next up, we got
English, mother. Do you speak it?
Bandai Namco.
Damn, thank you. My tongue left me, man. So I'm assuming with them, they're probably going to show a Dragon Ball Z game. I just thinking it's going to be some type of Dragon Ball Z game that they're going to show us. I mean, they may surprise us with something different, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's some type of
Crash Bandicoot.
What?
That's Xbox, man. That's Microsoft.
Didn't Bandai Namco make them though?
No. That Crash Bandicoot, I believe, is
it used to be Naughty Dog.
Naughty Dog. Yeah, I was going to say.
Way back in the day, it was Naughty Dog. Crash was the mascot for them.
Yep.
So we got, I'm about to say Konami, because that's their rival, Capcom. Yeah. We got Capcom going on. And with Capcom, I don't know, maybe more, because Street Fighter, I don't think they had much DLC. So they might add more to that. So who knows what's going on there. Or, this is my big prediction. We finally going to get some talk about the DLC for Dragon's Dogma. What do you guys think, though? Capcom.
Well, they announced the other day some casting for some Street Fighter movies, so I could see them kind of like talking a little bit about that.
That's what made me
maybe inviting 1 or 2 of the actors up on stage or something like that. I could see them. There's been rumors of Dino Crisis for the last couple of years that they keep saying is a lot of little secret hype back and forth coming out, and then nothing, and they don't say anything. So maybe it's something like that. Yeah, Mr.
Onimusha.
They did announce that at Game Awards.
That's all I care about. I saw that trailer or like that snippet that they showed.
Yeah,
and I was like, bring that shit now. But I think it's 2026. I think it's 2026, 2027 or something like that comes out. Because like Capcom has been around forever.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Street Fighter person. Devil May Cry, right? I got into like the first 2 games. After that, I fell off completely. I didn't care anymore. But when I saw the Onimusha little snippet, I was like, it brought me back to my teenage years from that old one that looked like Boxy. Oh, that shit. Yeah, so Onimusha is the only game from them anyway that I'm like, I heard of that I was like, that triggered like a fire. I was like, yep, that one. I want that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got CDProjectRed. We all know what that's about. That's that cyberpunk. That's that Witcher talk.
Yeah. They gotta show off Witcher 4 because they gotta like really push was it Cersei as a main character? Siri, thank you. Yeah. Siri. There's a lot of people online talking bad that she can't lead a game or that she's not a good character to lead the game. They don't want her. They want Geralt.
Now it makes me wonder what you just said. That might tie into the whole female-led games that we just saw before on the previous page. So that might even tie into that. That's probably CDProjectRed is sitting up here. It might also deal with The Witcher 3 more anniversary stuff because of the anniversary of how long the game been out and them celebrating probably them getting past the 60 million mark. So they might do an anniversary edition or re-release for Witcher 3 before they, so it could be twofold. So I could definitely see both of those things. We got Epic Games up there. I'm assuming with Epic Games, we're gonna have some Fortnite stuff coming out. They're gonna talk about some Fortnite stuff. I would be shocked if they did it anything outside of their norm, like maybe showing us some more Rocket League or something else that they probably got going on with them. I would be shocked if they did that or announce a whole new game.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I think they're more there for support of just Summer Games Fest in general because they have their store and everything like that. They want to show all of these developments and publishers, that to sell their game on their store. I think that's what they're more there for. I don't think they're there really to show games off other than what they already have.
Okay. And then we got FunCom. FunCom is the people behind Conan Exiles and the newly released Dune Awakening.
Yes.
Okay. That I'm pretty sure everybody and their mama gonna be on that or playing it right now as we're talking. But they're probably gonna show more about that game for the Summerfest for sure. So look out for FunCom.
Released?
Yeah.
When this video hits, when this video comes out, this game will officially be out.
Right.
So if you haven't done it already, Dune Awakening is out. What's up?
We got IOI, which is IO Interactive, and I was explaining to you guys. Those are the guys that make Hitman, and they made Tomb Raider and things like that. They are developing the 007 game. So hopefully, knowing how good Hitman is and how those games work and all that, I think they would be really good for 007. So, and they announced that like 2 years ago or a year ago, and they haven't shown any trailer for it. So I could see that trailer being here as well.
Man, you said they got Tomb Raider too?
Yeah, I believe they made Tomb Raider as well.
Man, if they did, because I remember the last time Tomb Raider was with who was Tomb Raider with? Wasn't they at one time Ubisoft and another company? They just passing her around.
It sucks. She's been bought by everybody at this point. And I think Tencent.
Guys,
Tencent
this is a family show.
I'm just saying. I'm saying.
That went over my head.
He said IOI got them. I'm like, wait. The last time I remember, she was with this company over here.
Another Jennifer Lopez out in this motherfucker. Like, what's going on?
Oh man! All right. KaKao Games, who are known for ArcAge, and they're supposedly working on, or they might show us ArcAge 2, which a lot of people are waiting on. Shout out to Play Squad because I know they're waiting on that. ArcAge 2 and what is it? Chrono Odyssey?
Yeah, Chrono Odyssey. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that they're going to show off one of those games, or possibly even both of those games. I noticed Magic the Gathering is up in here. Are they there for support, or are they there to announce more cards?
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of like deals with game companies to have their character cards in there. I think they did Assassin's Creed, they did Ghostbusters recently, so they're having like a lot of like
They just did Final Fantasy. They just did right now. Final Fantasy is the crossover thing, right?
And they have a full deck for Final Fantasy, right?
Yeah, they got a whole bunch of stuff for Final Fantasy. Every time they do a crossover, they got something for the crossover, especially akin to that. But I'm hoping that we get something out of that IP. This is what I was talking about before when you mentioned in your quick hits about Games Workshop. Like I think they're really bad at marketing, and because by now Magic the Gathering should have a full blown movie. Well, they did have the Dungeons and Dragons stuff, but more like the Baldur's Gate, all of that stuff should be just rolling out from this company. But anyway, what up, Ray?
But I'm just saying, like Magic the Gathering, whatever. I know it's 1,000% a card game, but just like you said before, Dungeons and Dragons. They can make that into this like gigantic fantasy Lord of the Rings type epic.
Man, bro,
and like movie or series or something, or open world massive freaking game. And I was like, if they come on and be like, hey, guess what? Screw the cards. We're gonna go straight for an open world game. That would be dope as.
So Pearl Abyss. I think they deal with Black Desert Online, so they're probably going to show off Crimson Desert for that. So I think that look out for that one because everybody that are into Black Desert Online, Crimson Desert is supposed to be like a single player. What you laughing at?
That man, that game is going to be a fucking a monster.
That game is going to be a beast.
I've seen the footage, and if people give it a proper chance. It's gonna be a monster.
They have to deliver because that'll be the only if they deliver and make a great single player open world game. I would say that would probably be right next to Play Obscure. Could be. It's
if you see the footage of it, it's a combination of like the Black Desert from Pearl Abyss mixed with like a little bit of Assassin's Creed, mixed with a little bit of The Witcher, mixed with a little bit of all these open world games like Skyrim, Oblivion, stuff like shit like that. But the look of it looks like amazing. There's some games that have been out or coming out now that still don't look like this. Like this looks like a next level type of thing.
What they did was the Black Desert game. They took a lot from that because Black Desert Online is like one of the prettiest open world MMORPG games. So they took a lot from what they learned from that, and now they're cramming that into the single player. And it's like, man, like you just said, it just looks crazy. I'm sorry, what you
I don't even know what engine they use, but it's keep it going.
It's called crack. The next one I see here is PlayStation. What games you guys think? Because you guys are the PlayStation experts. What do you think is going to come out of this for PlayStation? Like, what haven't you seen in a while that you think they might show?
Is PlayStation the company, or they have a bunch of little companies under them?
They've got like 30 studios, like 20, 30 studios under them.
Do you know by any chance? I know random question as usual. Sucker Punch Studios.
Yes.
Are they under PlayStation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, if Sucker Punch and PlayStation get together, I want to see another Infamous game. Okay? I've been waiting for another Infamous game for like 11 years. The first two were fire. Did you play these games? Remember the guy with the electrical powers throughout the city and he was climbing stuff or whatever? They were fantastic. They were open world. They were fun as hell. And they were along the lines of Prototype, just with electrical powers. So one was fantastic. The second one was fantastic. Except he developed even more powers. And then they made a side game for it with a girl where her powers of electricity ran pink and purple. And she was just whipping everybody's ass. Yeah. Like whenever you play with them. So Sucker Punch, PlayStation, please. Infamous 3. Or remake the first two at least, to then go to Infamous 3.
Sucker Punch Games is the same guys that make Ghosts of Tsushima, so I don't think you're going to get Infamous anytime soon.
Oh, so we're going to get Ghosts of Coyote. That's going to be fantastic.
So, and I don't think Sony's interested in making another superhero game when they got Spider-Man on their hands. So
I got one for you. That and I'm not a PlayStation head, but I used to be way back in the day when I cared for them. Twisted Metal.
Yes.
Twisted Metal.
They need to bring that back. Yeah.
They got it. Awesome. They need to bring that back. If they was on to, because remember they got the TV show going. You know what I mean? And the second season is about to happen for that. So if Twisted Metal was to come back, I hope they bring it to PC because I'm not playing on PlayStation. But I would love to see Twisted Metal come from them though. But
if they made I never got into Twisted Metal. I never liked it.
It's adult Mario Kart. Pretty much.
It's never.
I only played Mario Kart with my friends at the old airbrush shop I used to work at. After that, I didn't care. But if they come back with today's graphics and today's like like looks and mechanics, whatever, then I'll probably give it another chance. But back in the day, I had no interest in those games whatsoever.
Yeah, if you take Smash Bros. And I just thought about it. If you take Smash Bros. And Mario Kart and you mix them together and you make it for adults, yeah, that's what you get. You get Twisted Metal.
I've never played Smash Bros. I never liked it. I don't like fighting games.
Well, you're fighting with cars. That's what you fight with cars. You blowing each other up.
Pause, bro.
Real quick, for PlayStation, Santa Monica Studios, the guys that made God of War, announced that there is going to be a new God of War game.
Hey.
They hinted at it, but it's not going to be a full size game. It's going to be one of those like shorter, like single, like short story games of either Kratos or Atreus, either Kratos or Atreus going back to Greece after what happened in Ragnarok and all these other things. So,
I can't play. I got to play Ragnarok first.
Yeah, and they say it's a smaller story, but I think there's rumors of it either being a side scrolling type of thing, like a short little game like that, or they didn't necessarily say it was a game. It could just be a comic. It could be something else, but it'd be interesting to see what that is, and hopefully they have a trailer for something like that.
Man, if they come with a comic book at the Game Fest, if you don't take your Comic-Con looking at this, no, it better be some type of game.
Have Summer Game Fest ever dropped like video game movies?
Yes, they talk about movies, they talk about comics, they talk about games, they show everything.
Oh man,
so, yeah.
So if they come out with like a Kratos like series,
that would be cool to show a trailer for the show that's supposedly in development, right?
They didn't cast the main character. They going AI.
You never know.
So you mean it's something that they may announce the person who's playing Kratos?
Yeah,
perhaps.
Because when they first did the announcement for the God of War video game, didn't they do it at
Yes, yeah, it was at
hey boy, and he comes out of the shadows.
Yeah, in the shadows, you see his whole back walking. Yeah.
Okay. We got Sega. I see Sega over there in that corner, and that's the first thing that rings bells is Sonic. But I would be surprised if they did some games that people forgotten about, and one of those games is Shenmue.
Mm-hmm.
So that or Jet Set Radio. I'm not 100% sure if those are still underneath them, but I'll be surprised if they did that. And what's another big Sega title?
Shinobi. There was Shinobi. They put out a trailer, a game, Games Fest like last year or something like that, talking about it's going to be multiple games and it's going to be like remakes of old games and like updates or new versions of them. And I don't know if they're all together, but they'll probably show something like that. It's like Golden Axe and those old style Sega Genesis games.
I remember that they showed they showed a trailer of mad different old Sega games that they remade and yeah. So who knows what they're gonna pull out? But I feel like be ready for a new Sonic game for him to be on all your consoles and all platforms, just running around. Well,
imagine they come out, they announce a new system.
The Switch. Oh, whoa, bro! If they announce a new system. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't listen. Even though I don't see it. Cool. You're right. I don't see it. It'd be cool. Yo, the Dreamcast 2, right? Bro. Nah, that's wishful thinking, man. That wouldn't happen. No.
Sega Exodus.
Sega is in a comfortable spot right now, not making consoles. They're happy to play with everybody, So I don't. But you're right. That would be cool because it's gonna fail. But that would be cool. All right, so we got Square Enix. Square Enix, the first thing that popped in my mind, say it with me, guys, Final Fantasy. That's the thing that pops in my mind when I see Square Enix. They could do some, what is that? Dragon's Quest, like you was talking about. Maybe some Dragon Quest might come out of that. But I see something along the lines of Final Fantasy coming out of Square Enix. Hopefully they talk about my favorite Final Fantasy game, which is Final Fantasy 11, the online game. Hopefully they talk about that, but I'm that's wishful thinking again because that player base isn't that high. But some form of a Final Fantasy game, I don't know what. Who knows? Maybe another MMO because 14 is doing, it's doing good, it's doing great. Mm-hmm. But I think that game been around for a long enough period of time where they might be looking at we may have to make another online Final Fantasy game,
a third version of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we got Steam. I don't know what they're gonna do. That's why when we talked off camera, I said the only thing I see from them is I see Xbox over there in the corner. We might get that announcement that Steam may be coming to Xbox. This may be their way of doing it or announcing it at the Game Fest here, so that everybody know, hey, we on that Xbox now. So or some sales. They might talk about some sales.
Yeah.
What you guys think about Steam?
I don't know. I think they're there for the same reason Epic is there to make sure people can sell their games on their store. That's all. if they put out a Half-Life game or some kind of they'll tease it and then they won't do anything with it, and just to keep people's attention on it. If Valve comes out with anything, that'd be impressive. What would be interesting too is if they did another Left 4 Dead game.
Left 4 Dead. Well, they got Back 4 Blood. I think that was the I think it's made by. No, it's supposed to be like the successor of that.
Yeah, spiritual successor, but it's not made by Valve or Steam or anything.
Yeah. What if they announce a new Steam Deck?
Yeah, I can see that. Steam Deck 2.
What if they did that as a Steam Deck 2, bro? Just shadow announce like boom, bang.
It looks just like the Switch.
Nah. But better.
It's 4K, and it comes with a 4K camera, and it comes with better battery life and good games. Well,
so I don't know about the better battery life. The better battery life is hard, man. That thing don't last very good. The Steam Deck battery don't last very good.
Make it a sleeve option. You put it right on your freaking arm. You connect the cord.
Oh my god! There you go. So the last one that I see here, unless Ravage got something from the other ones that I'm skipping over.
The only one I got is for Supermassive Games. Supermassive Games makes cool looking interactive like movies. They hire actors, everything is fun film and things like that. The graphics are always really top notch. And they got 2 games. One is called The Casting of Frank Stone that came out earlier this year or late last year, and it did pretty okay for itself. Game looked cool, very scary horror type game. And then the other one is called Directive 8020 that's supposed to be coming out, and I can't remember the actress's name, but look it up. She's been in a lot of things, she's been in a lot of TV shows and movies and stuff like that. And the game looks pretty cool. They'll probably show a new trailer for that because that game's not out yet. It comes out in like October or something.
I got one for Mr. Techland right there. Techland is the producers of Dying Light. So Dying Light is a fantastic open world zombie killing game where you have to use the atmosphere, the environment, plus your weapons, plus your capoeira and running around the city to get away from all the zombies. And at nighttime, the zombies are like the really badass zombies come out, and they're like, they can see in the dark, but you can't. So you have to have a flashlight and shit like that. So Techland created Dying Light, which is a fantastic game. Dying Light 2, another fantastic game. Rosario Dawson is in that one. And then now they're going to come out with...
you know how much you like Rosario Dawson?
Rosario Dawson's character.
Ahsoka.
Yeah, I like the character in the Clone Wars, and then when they picked Rosario Dawson to play her, I was like, oh,
yeah.
Yes, perfect. And then I saw the first season of Ahsoka. What is it? Ahsoka. I'm sorry. I'm so like I call her Rosario. I
love Rosario. That's her Star Wars name.
Ahsoka.
Oh, you remember now? Oh, snap.
Yeah,
Rosario.
And so now they're coming out with Dying Light 3: The Beast. So that one is supposed to be like a kickback to the first character in the first game, and I am dying to play this game because it's more open world stuff. You can run through every building, supposedly. You can run through every rooftop, every alleyway, jump through every car, kill anything that moves. You have guns, hatchets, machetes, arrows, all these different weaponry, bombs, grenades, all this shit, and gear upgrade the gear just to jump through with and do your parkour through the city.
Yeah, parkour. Mm-hmm.
I am dying for that game, and Techland is who makes it. So, Dying Light the Beast. I'm picking that up day one. Period.
Mm-hmm. So we got Xbox. Now, normally I would have a whole slew of things to say, but it's like that's the problem. Because I would have so much to talk about and say, because they got so many damn studios, I don't know what's coming out of them. For real. Like, Clay Obscure came out and did great. I know we keep talking about it, but it's just a fantastic game. It's noteworthy. It should be talked about. And they just released Doom from Bethesda. That came out. Yep. Doom the Dark Ages. And they got so many other franchises. I don't know what they're gonna pull out. So hopefully it's something good and something that the fans really want to see. You know what I mean? And if they have I know they got also some indie companies under them as well. But I'm hoping that it's something that the fans want to see. The only thing I can think of right now, off the top of my head, that they might pull out of they wazoo is Halo. Some type of new Halo game.
Nope. Halo's
Fallout
taking a
5.
break, bro. Nope.
Fallout 5.
Nope.
Fallout 5.
I'm telling you, they're gonna put out Fallout.
Gears of War, sir. They're gonna show a full game trailer for the new Gears of War game.
Gears of War 2 as well.
So you mean to tell me that they wouldn't? This wouldn't be a possibility that they would show Halo?
Hell no.
Okay.
I don't know. They just got their multiplayer up going, like doing well for the last year. Like when the last Halo game came out, it did good and then it died out for a while. And now the multiplayer has been kicking for the last year or so and doing well. They're going to take a break. And they just renamed the studio Halo Studios. They're probably working on something, but they're not going to have anything to show.
Maybe an announcement. That's at most.
I think Xbox has learned from all of their mistakes in the last 10 years or so not to announce anything too early because shit gets canceled all the time with them. So,
all right. So all right. So I got listen. We done made it to the end here on this, and I'm going with Halo. Mr. ReyRey, you going with what? You said Fallout
5.
And Mr. Rav is saying that he's going with Gears of War. Hopefully, we all become winners. These are our predictions of what may or may not happen when Friday hits. So Ray, if you want to take it at this point,
real quick.
What you got, Rav?
And Outer Worlds 2. They're going to be showing a trailer for Outer Worlds 2.
Okay.
Have you played any of that?
Nah. You know what's funny? Whenever I hear Outer Worlds, I think of Abe's Odyssey. I don't know why my brain.
It was called Outworld Abe's Odyssey. It makes sense. Yeah.
So that's the thing my mind first goes to. You know.
Well, now that we had a great conversation about the games that could possibly come out that we want to come out or want to be at least talked about, thank you so much, guys, for doing all the information because I didn't know too much about Summer Games Fest. I know a little bit. I mean, I just figured out while recording the show, I figured out what the hell it was. Think about it. So so thank you for the information. I'm really looking forward to it. And if Infamous doesn't, I'm gonna be pissed if Infamous doesn't get called up. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today at Megabit Misfits. And please hit the like, subscribe, follow, bell notification. Every Monday at 3, we're releasing a new episode. And now we're slowly getting to gameplay games. So if you guys have any suggestions, please put into the comments. Have any questions about anything about that we talked about or something that we didn't talk about, please put it into the comments. We all 3 of us read the comments. So we are on YouTube, the TikToks, the Facebooks, the Instagrams, the Blue Skies. What the hell else are we on, guys?
Twitter.
Everything.
Twitters, Threads. Please contact us. One of us is going to get back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Okay. So nothing else I can say right now.
And one more thing, if you leave comments and we find them interesting, we're going to start doing a thing where we have a comment of the week section. So leave your comments. If it's a really good comment, if it's something that we can talk about, if it's interesting, put it out there. We'll respond to it. Might be on the show. If it's really good, we might have some good conversation behind it.
And if you were by any chance married on Animal Crossing, we want to talk to you.
Gosh.
We want to bring you onto the show.
Oh, God.
And discuss how did you guys work that out? Did you plan it out? Are you still together? Did you have some animal babies? We want to know how that story ended so much. I am your host, Mr. ReyRey. That is Mr. LeeBoyXP. That is Mr. Rav over there on that side. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Comment, like, subscribe, share. Peace. And just remember, whether you love them,
whether you hate them.
Oh God, what the f*** is? Who's gonna say the second line?
Yo, keep all of this. I love it. I just love it.
And just remember, Rav, you take the second line. You take the last line.
I'll take the last line, bro.
Okay.
That's how we'll do it in that the Trinity. Go ahead.
And just remember, whether you love them,
whether you hate it,
play the games that you enjoy.
Yes, there you go. Except for Black Panther because it got f***ing canceled. God.
The fact that the camera's following him. We'll catch you guys on the next one.